What is next for Azamat Murzakanov? Well, after knocking out Aleksandar Rakic in round one, what is next for him? We should go on to fight Magomed Ankalaev, in which I got Azamat Murzakanov winning this fight, but it's going to be a close fight since both are great strikers, but Azamat Murzakanov has way more power. I can see Azamat Murzakanov catching Magomed Ankalaev and knocking him out. The only way Magomed Ankalaev wins this fight is if he keeps his range, lands Azamat Murzakanov and takes it by decision, which is very possible since Magomed Ankalaev has the size and reach advantage. Now, another potential fight for Azamat Murzakanov is a fight against Khalil Roundtree, in which I got Azamat Murzakanov beating Khalil Roundtree for the same reason I got Azamat beating Magomed Ankalaev. I can see Azamat Murzakanov landing some big shots and kicks on Khalil Roundtree and knocking him out. The only way Khalil Roundtree wins this fight is if he puts a ton of pressure on Azamat Murzakanov, works Azamat Murzakanov and takes it by decision, which won't happen because Azamat Murzakanov is going to land a big shot and knock out Khalil Roundtree.
Now let's talk about what happened in this fight, because although I had Aleksandar Rakic winning this fight, I never doubted Azamat Murzakanov because he was looking a lot more dangerous going into this fight. But anyways, in this fight, both men started out really fast, and what's interesting is that Aleksandar Rakic actually shot for a couple of takedowns, but Azamat stood his ground. His takedown defense was there, and finally we seen Azamat Murzakanov catch Aleksandar Rakic with the right hand, which put him down, and it was over in round one. So now this puts Azamat Murzakanov in a really good position. I mean, he's the only ranked fighter in the light heavyweight division who's undefeated. So his next fight has to be against a big name, and let's say he doesn't get a fight with Magomed Ankalaev or Khalil Roundtree. Well, there's plenty of fights for him, and I believe a fight with either Carlos Ulberg or Yuri Prochazka will be a crazy fight. I understand that both Yuri and Carlos Ulberg just won their last fight, and both men are on a really good run. So one of them is going to fight Alex Pereira for the title, or they might have to fight each other for the vacant light heavyweight title if Alex Pereira does go up to heavyweight. But this is why I see these two matchups as backups and not realistic matchups. But anyways, let's say we see Yuri Prochazka versus Azamat Murzakanov. Well, though I always doubted Yuri Prochazka, I have to doubt him again. I mean, the fact that his defense is trash, he gets reckless, and he rushes forward looking to get the finish. I just think with Azamat Murzakanov's speed, timing, and power, Yuri Prochazka is going to get clipped and he will get hurt. So I got Azamat Murzakanov beating Yuri Prochazka, as Yuri is just going to make it easy for Azamat Murzakanov to pick and land his shots. But now let's say we see Azamat Murzakanov versus Carlos Ulberg. Well, this fight should be very interesting because Carlos Ulberg likes to pick and time his shots. He never really gets reckless unless his opponents are hurt. So Azamat Murzakanov is going to have to depend on taking advantage of Carlos Ulberg's patience and low output, and maybe he can do enough to outperform Carlos Ulberg and land the better shots, which I got Carlos Ulberg winning this fight. I believe he's going to make it hard for Azamat Murzakanov to close the distance and use his speed to land the better shots, but it should be a very close fight.